Okie dokie. What is up, you dumb diddly damn crackpots? My pants are undone. I'm gonna tie them quick. So, basically, it's 2 in the morning. Right, I got a good nap before this, so we should be chilling. And I'm gonna bench 315, probably for reps. Who knows? You know, I'm using my phone to record, so I won't be able to get, magically angry at a random TikTok audio. So who knows, maybe I'll lose like my 10% strength bonus that I get with watching those videos. Or maybe not, it all depends. Maybe it has a lasting effect for like a day or two. Anyway though, I'm going to show you guys every tip and trick that I have to benching such heavy weights as a natural athlete weighing 230 pounds. And as you guys might know, right, I said I was going to bulk until I can maintain 235 for a week. I did so. And now I'm slowly cutting back down, and I'm thinking, maybe I won't cut, but I'm definitely going to do a way leaner bulk. So, there is that. I'm currently noticeably less fat, so that's good. And, yeah. So, I'm going to help you guys out with this and my chest day. And I will remind you, right, 2 separate chest days. One for incline, one for the rest. So, if you're going to bench heavy, you always got to start out with the bar. Reason being, you just want to engage the muscles, kind of wake them up. I like to put my ring finger on the rings, grab it normally, and then from here, right, this part of my hand, I like to twist it slightly outwards to where it's on the bar. I can't twist my hands anymore. Alright, since it's a light load, I can't really do the rest. But then you just slowly come down, and then you really work on that explosiveness. You might say, Logan, why don't you do that with weight? And as I just said, I'm waking up the muscles. I'm not using them yet. And from there, I'm going to go straight to 185. Because I am a strong boy, and 185 is a good, decent weight. Now, I will say, right, you guys are going to see me put clamps on. And I'm benching alone, so I don't have a spotter. But, you'll have people say, if you're benching alone, you shouldn't use clamps so you can dump the weight to the side. Well, the thing is with that, little Billy, right, is I have benched for so long that I'm not a stranger to rolling 315 onto my stomach and sitting up. So even if I do magically fail 315, which I won't, then pretty simple. Just lower the weight down and then proceedingly put it on my stomach, and then we'll be fine. We'll be chilling. So, yeah. Though, best thing for bench, right, if you're lifting heavy, and I am today, for this little bit, just want to rest 2 to 3 minutes. I usually go for 3. Let your muscles clear out. I like to imagine it like, imagine you just cut up some wood, right, to build a table. There's going to be sawdust everywhere. So that you can focus on what you're doing, you need to clear that sawdust. It's going to take you time to clear it out, blow it out, all that stuff. That's how I like to imagine recovering on your chest in between sets. Blowing out the sawdust, making it clean, making it ready to go again. So, yeah, there's that. Ooh, my nose is all itchy. See, I'm looking at the window, and it looks like it's raining outside. But then if I go up to it, it's pure fucking frost. because this gym has like no heat, which is something that you kind of would expect in a gym, but also wouldn't expect, so I can't judge them too much. But who am I to say? Okay. I think it's been long enough. I haven't really hit a weight, so it's not like I need an actual recovery time for this. Alright, now, big fucking thing, right? Big thing for big guys. Eye level. Press with your shoulders. Bring your ass to your shoulders. Make sure your toes are planted. Right? You want to feel that tightness in your core, tightness in your back. And then I like to tuck my shoulder blades. Get my hands in place. And then just go. I feel really fucking tight today. But I know for a fact I can get it. Because just last week I benched 335. So I'm definitely not going to fail. I might struggle a little bit. But my chest feels fine. My triceps, on the other hand, don't. And that's like 20% of the bench right there. Is just triceps. So ideally, you know, they don't get too in the way. But you never know. I like to go in increments of 25 plates, turn them into 45 plates, and repeat. Yeah. Some in my mouth. Well, I mean, you do you if you don't want to do it that way. Me personally, though, this is how I do it. Because I've been doing this for years. You know, I wish... I'm getting into wishing. I wish I started all this when I was a lot younger. Probably be benching like 405 by now. But you're not getting any younger. You never will. You're only ever going to get older from here on out. Because right now is the youngest you'll ever be. So, you know, best you're doing it now than any other time. Because in the future, if you don't do it now, you'll be saying the same damn thing. No one likes that. Okie dokie. I think I'm going to widen my grip a little bit so I can incorporate less triceps. That way, I can actually focus more on the chest of it, since my triceps are feeling a little weaker. So instead of my ring finger, I'm putting my middle finger onto the rings of the bar, which will put more strain on my chest, but then again less on my triceps. Alrighty. You know, tell me if it's just me or not, but I've noticed every time I wake up and then I go lift, specifically at nighttime, never in the mornings, I always have heartburn, like acid reflux. And it's the most uncomfortable fucking thing I've ever experienced. But I feel like it's just me, but you know what, let me know down in the comments if you experience this too. It is bamboozling as to why I experienced this after not eating anything, which actually might actually be the reason in and of itself, but you know, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe my body is telling me, Logan, you need to go back the fuck to sleep. What are you doing, you psychopath? It is 2 in the morning. Why are you trying to bench 315? And then I look in the mirror and I tell her, I don't even fucking know. These people just want to see me bench heavy because they need something to believe. And here we are. But, okay. So that was that 1 set of 8. Now, I'm going to do probably a set of 5, bump it up to 275, do another set of 5, which is about probably half of what I can do with 275, and then, proceedingly, bump it up to 315, and fucking see if I can't rep it still, even though I've already lost a little bit of weight and fat, which means I lost a little bit in energy. But, yeah. I just wish they had better fucking music choice right now. Oh! Quick side note, right? I do not breathe when I bench. And also, once I get up to 275, you might notice my head start to shake. I don't know why it happens, but when I get up to the heavier weights, my head starts to shake violently. Like those cringy psychopaths on TikTok that think like they're crazy and they can't be held, by like no man. It's really weird. And if I knew why it did it doesn't do it all the time, but if I knew why I did it, I'd probably go check a doctor out for it. But I'm no pussy, so no. Ooh. Alright, so some water, rehydrate my muscles, stretch a little bit, and the way I like to stretch in between sets, when it gets heavier, grab the bar straight behind you, bend your arm a little bit, raise your chest, and kind of pulse out a little bit. Do that a little bit in between every set. It'll keep your chest nice and warm, nice and ready. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some water, stretch a little bit more, and then hit this for, I say about 5 reps, yeah. So 5 reps, and then I'll hit 315. So, bueno. So it turns out I was wrong, right? It is raining / snowing outside. And it's almost Christmas. Last year it fucking rained on Christmas. In Minnesota, believe it or not. So ideally, that doesn't happen again. But I guess who knows, considering it's half raining, half snowing now at 2 in the morning when it's normally like -15. So, I guess the weather's up for grabs. No. Fucking covered in hair and shit. For my kitty and dogs back at home. Something I never really realized. I always thought I was more of a cat person until I spent more time around my dogs. And then I realized I'm really in the middle. So much so that I actually can't decide. So, how about you guys decide for me in the comments? Tell me which one you prefer, dogs or cats. And not as a meal either, alright? Which one you prefer to have as a pet, to love and cherish. Not, put in a bowl of soup. I can imagine they wouldn't taste too bad, though. Depends on the species. Anyway, though, 5 reps, as promised. So I will deliver, like a little delivery boy. Ugh. Ooh. Okay, so lean bulk, I'm definitely weaker. I can still hit 315 though. Maybe not for 3 reps like typical. Maybe I'll get 2. So we're gonna aim for 2 and see where it goes from there. Feeling confident though. You know, sometimes you feel weak up to it, and then it's like magic. You just fucking hit it and it's, you know, smooth like butter. So, hopefully that's what this is. Now, while I'm doing this, I want to remind you guys that do not do this in your spare time if you're not ready to. And I'm not talking about the gym, I'm talking about benching like this. Or maybe just lifting heavy in general. If your tendons are not conditioned for this, and you have never lifted like this before, you have to condition your body to do so. Because I've seen it happen way too many times, where someone will go to bench this weight specifically, and their tendons aren't built right, you know, not strengthened properly. The person themselves isn't strengthened properly, and they don't have a well-rounded, you know, strength of everything. You know, they'll go to bench this weight, they tear a pec, severely injure themselves, be crushed under the weight, or, you know, completely humiliate themselves to the point of no recovery, to where they go home crying like a little baby. And the reason I say this is because this weight specifically, over 99% of the world can't bench this. So just because you see some guy like me benching it right now doesn't mean you need to go attempt it to prove something. You don't have anything to prove. Not to anyone else, at least. Because if we're talking in terms of progress, it doesn't matter how much I can bench. It matters how much you can bench. Because you are going to be your harshest critic, or at least you should be. So go out there and just focus on yourself. Don't focus on what everyone else can do. Because trust me, there are a lot of people that can do this. That doesn't mean you have to be one of them right now. It's possible, doable. You know, in the distant future, if you can't do it now, you can do it later. That doesn't mean you should right now. If you're damn near close and this video pushes you over the edge and you get it, hell yeah. If not, give it time, train, condition your body, make it ready, and then hit it. And if you fail, you fail. You know, we all fail. We all make mistakes. But that's what makes us, that is what makes us human. So if you can't take the hits, you know, then don't start the fights. Especially if you know you're going to lose them right off the bat. Even though sometimes it's not about winning or losing, it's about trying. So as long as you can try, I guess, you know, do what you want. Do what you have to do. Just don't hurt yourself in the process. I'd hate to see someone injured because of ill-mannered videos on the internet saying you're weak if you can't do this or that. Weak is subjective. You know, if you've been through shit, you're strong, regardless of how much you can bench, or squat, or deadlift. You know, strength isn't about how much you can lift half the time either. It's about how much you can endure and keep pushing. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. A lot of ups and downs. Without the weights, I'm still strong. On my own, for my own person. I don't need the weights to be who I am. But they help. And you should be the same way. You shouldn't need the gym to be who you are. But it's sure as hell gonna help. Help with your confidence, help with how you feel, help with your health, all of that. But, again, by no circumstances should the gym be you. Because it's not what's gonna make you strong. Sure, it's gonna make you physically strong. mentally you can still be that weak, afraid, scared little boy that's always been deep inside, waiting for a sense of approval from his coworkers, his colleagues, his friends, his peers. It's waiting in the shadows, waiting for some sign of recognition to make you feel accepted, even though it's not coming. So, don't be that person, and just be true to yourself. And if you can truly push past and endure more than most, or more than what you have ever, then you're strong in my book. You don't need anyone else's approval. I'd say, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm pretty ready to bench 315. Off camera, when I was getting a drink and stuff, I warmed up my front delts. And yeah, it's time. I also want to make this known. It doesn't matter how strong you can ever get. Getting to weights like this scares the shit out of me. Not because I'm scared to lift it, because I'm scared of what it can do to me if something goes wrong. If I hold it like this and it slips, I need someone to help me. There will be no one to save you. I will be fucked. So I hold it like this. If I tear a tricep, or tear a muscle, something, I will have to use every ounce of my strength to save myself, to not be suffocated underneath this weight. And I know I'm making it seem like this big deal, right? You might say, Logan, stop being a pussy and just hit it. I want to remind you, lifting heavy like this alone is extremely dangerous. Even if you don't think it is, it is. 220, think about it, 315 pounds. Think, what would happen if you dropped that on your foot? Your foot would be completely broken and shattered, wouldn't it? Your foot bones are a lot stronger than your ribs. Your ribs are flexible. What do you think will happen if I drop 315 pounds on a rib? You think it's not gonna break? I think it's gonna break. Who knows though? But keep in mind, even the big guys, bigger than me, they still get scared when they lift heavier weights. They know the risks. We know the risks, and we accept them just to outperform everybody else. Now, that's enough yapping. And let's just do it. Let's done diddly do it. I'll tell you, I'm not mentally prepared. Which is, for me, 50% of this is the mental bit. That's how it's fucking done. Just like that. That is how you fucking do it. And that's exactly what I fucking meant earlier. I felt weak today, but I still did it regardless. And so should you. I gave my everything into that fucking lift. And so should you with every other lift you fucking do. Whether hell or high water, it don't fucking matter. You give it your all. That's what matters. Fuck. Okay. I'm not going any heavier than this. Because I feel extra fucking weak. I will do a static hold with 350 pounds. 350 pounds or so, static hold for sets of about 20 seconds. Those will strengthen my tendons, allowing me to easily withstand the weight. Control it better, bounce it better. Not that I bounced any of that, that was pure fucking manpower. But, strengthening tendons is important. So, that's what we're gonna do now. I'm not gonna bench anymore. This isn't really the best for hypertrophy. There are better exercises. Better exercises that I'll do in this video. So, static hold, 2 sets of it, and then move on to the rest of the workout. Jesus. Imagine my camera didn't catch that. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking livid if the camera didn't catch that. But it did. Whew. I feel fucking alive. Had a lot of adrenaline running through my veins there. As I said before, I was not mentally prepared. But, fuck, I was physically prepared. There's that for a fact. And just another reminder, I've given you guys like 20. Those little stretches in between, right? Grab them behind you. It makes a big fucking difference. Trust me. When you've been benching for years, I've been benching like this since high school to be able to do this. So if you don't think it's worth it, or you don't think it will change anything to stretch, fucking look here. You want to get to this point. I know a lot of you do. So if not from anybody else, listen to me, a natural athlete, so you have something realistic to work towards. Because why would I give this advice if it didn't work? When I'm literally doing it in front of you, doing this shit. But then again, if you don't want to take my advice, don't. Go listen to someone that takes steroids while you're a natural lifter and see how that pans out for you. Because I did that for years. And look how long it took me just to get to this point. 7 years. I've only been eating right for 2.5, but 7 years to get to this point. I could have been here 3 years ago if I had ate right and lifted the way I should have. But again, here we are. I'm fucking pumped up. Yeah. I am gonna rest for quite a bit longer after just doing that. My body needs to recoup, regenerate, get back into its zone, recenter, resurface, heal up for the moment. Something I want to put you guys on quick though, that's, made such a difference for me as of late. There's this new supplement I'm taking. And you guys might say, oh my god, a fitness influencer putting us on a supplement. Who would have thought? Hear me out. This supplement is not mine. I did not make this. So I'm going to vouch for it as it has made me so it's taken away my brain fog. It's like I'm able to actually think about what I'm saying and use it for what I'm doing. I'm able to talk so much better and think so much clearer, and I can tell my mind's hitting roadblocks because it's not been able to do this in such a long time. And I will say this, since I took shrooms, my brain has not been able to think this clearly since I microdosed on shrooms. So, that means something to me. I'll tell you, I got this from GNC, so that is where you can attain it. 2 supplements. The main one is NMN. It's a compound for regenerative abilities in DNA. And I think it also helps with neurotransmission, in your brain, shooting off from your neurotransmitters, your thoughts, Like, if you've ever seen Jimmy Neutron, where it has that scene where it's the little things in the brain shooting off, those light traveling, that's the shooting of your neurotransmitters. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. I don't know why I'm spacing on it, but, that's what I'm talking about. It helps in that, and obviously, as I said, regenerative health of your DNA. So, basically, it builds your brain back up. And then another one is an extra strength of your, brain health. I'll take a picture of both of them, and I'll put them on the screen for you guys to see. But they've helped me so much in being able to think clearer and more logistic and proper as to what I want to portray myself to be. So, and I'll have an intellectual conversation about if you're gonna drink milk, only drink whole or raw milk because milk leads to these side effects. I had that with my coworker the other day, and it was a pretty smart conversation with him. And then a conversation like that, it fuels you, it makes you feel smart, makes you feel good. Being able to engage in that conversation with what I want to say and being able to say it properly propels me much further than as if I were to just listen the whole time. So, and right now, pouring my heart out to you guys about this supplement. Normally I'd just be sitting in silence, not being able to think of what to say. And here I am just pouring out my brain. So, keep in mind, I'm not benching this. As I said, static holds. Obviously more than 375 pounds? No. 50 plus 15 is 65. So 365 pounds, static holds, sets of 20 seconds-ish. Kinda until I get fatigued enough to the point where it's just gonna hurt me to do it longer. So, hit this, and then proceedingly hit the rest of my chest day. And if you don't know, I'm gonna explain it real quick. Doing static holds, while it also strengthens your tendons, its main goal is to activate deep muscle fibers, basically activate your entire pec to be used, as opposed to just that top fucking layer. Because in the pec, you have 2 layers, right? You have the layer on the outside, and then if you were to peel back this muscle, there'd be another bit of muscle underneath it, deeper. If you've ever seen muscular anatomy, muscles are layered for the most part. So, pull up this baby. There's still more muscle deeper. This helps activate that. So, yeah. Fucking sleepy. Fucking hashtag sleepy. Me personally, because I'm not benching this, I'm not going to go eye level. I'm going to go shoulder level with it so I can just press it up and hold it there. Since this is a chest isolated, ring fingers, because I'm not pressing it so I don't need to worry about my triceps. That was a lot of pressure on my head. Okay. So, notice when I put that down, I did not just let go and sit up right away. Because that is not a weight I can handle, I have to deload off of it. Basically, let my body, come back. It helps me a lot more, as opposed to just the shock factor of slamming it down. So, yeah, it just helps, personally, for me. That doesn't feel right. Okay, I lied, I'm just doing one set of that. Because now my head feels funny from that pressure. And I don't want to hurt my neck. Don't want to be a vegetable for the rest of my life. I'd hate that. Chest is feeling pretty fucking nice. Very strong. Just a little bit. You know what I should have said before I hit 315? Like good old Sammy Sulek said. Let's see, fucking Andrew Eubanks hit this weight. I still remember that clip. That was funny as shit. Because you know damn well Eubanks is weak-minded too. I would hate for that guy to influence my children. Like, he's so... Ugh. And I get that a lot of you guys probably love him. But hopping on gear because you hate bulking and you think that you can do better, like, you're just a sissy at that point. Because he has so much more potential that he's not giving, way to. And he doesn't realize that, and it's sad. But, as I said, me personally, and people can say this kind of stuff about me too, and I won't be mad. I just think he's weak-minded for that. I think he was capable of more and he settled for less. Obviously he's on gear now, so he's gonna physically have more, but in terms of his career, I guess it was the only move for him to do for a publicity stunt. But I still think it was careless and reckless to hop on a cycle when there was no need for a cycle in the first place. I don't know. I also just don't like steroids in general. Mainly because I can't take them because my body is unable to. I've had heart issues in the past. I've had, blood problems, all that. So I can't take them. I would within the first month. But I mean, I'm pretty goddamn blessed with at least half decent natural genetics. So, I can't complain. I posted a reel. It was me posing. I don't remember where it was. Maybe it was Instagram or YouTube. Someone called me the natural Sam Sulek. I thought that was pretty cool. But, who knows? Anyway, I am going... I'm not going to do dips anymore. I can never feel enough activation in my chest. So, I'm going to take that out of my split. So, no more dips. I never feel enough activation in my lower chest. I'm going to now, instead of dips, just stick to the decline cable presses, where I can really squeeze and feel it and control it proportionally better than dips, where it's all about, how wide is your elbow placement. Obviously, the tighter, the more you feel the chest, the wider, the more you feel the tricep. But I can just never feel it enough. It's an endurance workout. I'm not an endurance athlete. I am a size athlete, going for muscular hypertrophy, nothing more. Except for this, I fucking love strength. Because if you watch my videos before, you'll see that I have said that I used to be a strength athlete before anything else. I used to be a power lifter. Now I am not, but I can still lift heavy ass weights. Why? Because I'm better. No. Anyways, use the chest fly machine, and then I'm going to do decline, and then a little bit more of a flat press movement. I'm going to use the Smith machine for that, and then that'll be it. But let's move on. Alright, you fruitcakes. Now I've gotten a sip of water, and now we hear this heavy ass weight. I can go back further. Boom. What are you thinking? 130, 150 pounds? 150? Sounds about right. Might have to go heavier. As of recently, 150 hasn't been enough, as I'm aiming for the 9 to 12 rep range for 2 sets. So, ideally, I get it as a failure range. But, you know, this is kind of just going to be a tester set, see if this is still a failure weight type of range. You might say, Logan, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'm saying I have to fail within that rep range. Because if I don't, then I'm not going to see the growth I want to see. If I do, then I will. But it's all subjective as to me slowly, you know, adjusting and changing to my strength, which fluctuates noticeably. But anyway, no sense in delaying it. Don't want to look like Jack Fitness. So I'm gonna stop there and increase the weight before I look like a fucking sissy. Let's do 190 pounds. Up by 40 pounds. I'm gonna rest for a second just to regain, and then fucking do that shit again. Oh my god. That sleepiness is catching up to me. So is that fucking yell that I did with through my teeth. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, friendly reminder, if you want to have a life outside of the gym, don't lift at 4 in the morning, or from 2 to 4 to 5 in the morning, sometimes even. I literally got to my girlfriend's house, went to sleep at about 10:30. It was one of those 2 times. Woke up at 12 to a set alarm, said no, and then woke up to my alarm at 1:30, and I was like, okay. And then I got up and I came here straight away. You know, kissed her goodbye. And then, yeah. Now I'm here, lifting weight. So, life is so fun, you know? I don't know. As long as I'm making a difference with you guys, then that's good enough for me. And as long as I'm making at least a few people angry, it makes life that much funner. And if anyone tells me that funner isn't a word, I'm gonna smack the daylights out of you. So don't start with me. Anyway though. Oh, that fucking hurts. That's good. That's really fucking good. So one more set of that. And then moving on to some cable decline presses. Whew. Honestly, I might just keep it at cable dumbbell presses. What the fuck did I just say? Cable decline presses, not dumbbell presses. Because I'm trying to think of how my workout should be. Because I am doing incline in about 4 or 5 days. And this is hitting mid and lower, as I intend. So, yeah, this, some cable. Move on to, I'll probably just do a set of rest pause for triceps, just to stimulate growth. And then some shoulder mobility, and then that'll be it. I'll pose for you guys, and we'll be on our way. Okay. Fuck no. Fuck yeah. Okay. That's starting to hurt a little, but I got what I wanted. Now, onto the cables. You feel me? Alrighty. Put these puppies up to 16. And probably 60 pounds. Sounds good enough. Now, I don't know why, so maybe you might be able to educate me a little bit. Let me tell you something. This machine, it's a cable machine. The machine over there is a cable machine. 60 pounds on this is significantly heavier than 60 pounds on that. So I don't know how the fuck, but you know, I guess that is a thing. Also, missing the fucking grips is a thing, because they're not supposed to be over there. And it is still, holy shit. Ooh, I don't like this. That half rain, half snow is definitely gonna freeze into ice. So I'm gonna have to turn on 4-wheel drive when I leave here, so I don't crash. Last time it was this snowy outside, I'll tell you, fuck, it was bad. I was leaving the gym, and I actually almost slid directly into someone's truck because my Tahoe decided to drift around the fucking corner like it was in a goddamn NASCAR race. But, you know, I survived. Barely. That traumatic experience, you know. Just gotta make sure we're still rolling. Indeed we are. A minute deep too, and I still haven't hit the fucking weight. Jesus Christ, hurry up, Logan. Oh my god. Ooh. I gotta start training like this more. I can already feel the fucking growth. I can already feel my titties growing to double D's. Okay, one more set, and then shoulder mobility after doing a pause set, a rest pause for triceps. I've never done rest pause before, so do bear with me. Well, this will be the first time I ever attempt it, so it probably will not go too smoothly. But I would like to stimulate growth, so I will be doing so. Can't wait for posing. I feel like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. No. Today, I feel like $2,000,000 bucks. It's probably how much I would sell for in the black market. 2 million. It's like $1 million, or minimum. How much do you think I would get sold for in the black market? I'm saying maximum 5 million, minimum 2 million. Because, like, say they sold me to a cannibal tribe, I feel like I'd be a pretty desirable choice. I got a lot of meat in my bones. Especially my ass. That's the one thing I hate most about my physique, is that about 10% of my muscle is just leg. That goes to ass. I was telling my coworkers, my ass has its own walking pattern. I hate it. As a man, and a straight man at that, having a big ass is not an ideal situation in life. And I am unfortunately stuck with it. So, there's that unfortunate bit. I can work through it though. You know, a lot of gay men on my Instagram seem to love it. I don't. But you know, kudos to you for liking what you like. You know, I'm not gonna judge. Just don't make me feel uncomfortable. I get told I'm hot by men in their 30s and 40s. It's kind of weird. I'm basically a child to you, but you know, as I said, you know, you do you. Just stay away, preferably. Makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, like I said, you do you. Rest for about another 2 minutes. I'm gonna get some more water because I'm dehydrated. And that'll hit my last set. Oh my god, is that Logan Sander? It just might be. Alright, so last set. And then yeah. Okay. Holy shit. God damn. This As a man, I just went from fucking B's to D's. Okay. Now, same spot. And I'm going to do my wrist pause here. And see if I can't do it correctly. Ooh. The fuck? £90. All right. Learning experience. I want to say that I can go heavier, but I don't know. Feeling it. Snowplows are out. Alright, one more and then call that good enough to stimulate growth. Okay. Alright, off camera, I'm going to do some quick shoulder mobility. And then I'll pose for you guys. In case you're wondering, shoulder mobility, really fucking easy. Grab a plate, around the worlds, 2 kettlebells, hold them side by side, pull your shoulders back, walk a little bit, and then some rotator cuffs, and that's it. Really easy stuff. I'm gonna not include it because I don't need to. And then yeah, I'll meet you guys over when it's time to pose. Alrighty. So, well, that's done now. I will say, through the shirt, it don't look too good right now. So we'll see. Considering I'm switching to a lean bulk, I think I'm looking pretty good for a lean bulk. Side profiles are looking pretty fucking good. You might say, Logan, one side looks different than the other. Keep in mind my ribcage is flared on this side, as opposed to this side. It's just slowly getting corrected, actually. But, you know, it's gonna take time. Abs are starting to come in a little more. I've been working them a lot. I definitely need to work on my shoulders a little more. But then again, remember, I am losing weight again. The mantis has got to be my favorite pose. Ooh, you know what I realized? I'm sure you guys can't really see it. But right here, all the way up into my chest, I was talking to my mom when I realized this. But all throughout here is just stretch marks, which is crazy. Obviously you got the ones there and there. That's typical. But it's like, ooh, it's a whole dark patch. I can see it from here. Maybe not on the camera, but I can definitely see it in person. Now, I know you guys won't like this, but I'm gonna try and get better at that pose. No promises though. Now my back has not been feeling too spectacular. It doesn't feel like what it used to be. My back is like so fucking tight recently that I really just don't know what to do with it. But yeah, once again, in terms of physique, work on my shoulders and triceps, bulk up a little bit more on my forearms, and then really just tone in my core, and then I should be chilling. And if you can't tell, I have been working on my upper chest a lot more with my split, so do keep in mind that will keep increasing in size. You just gotta give it time. Another thing I realized is that you see a lot of natural athletes that they go for strength, right? And kudos to you for going for strength and all. But like, you don't need 25% body fat to be strong. I'm probably at a good 16-17%. I think I look fucking magnificent, and I'm strong as shit. So I mean, those two combined, you really can't argue with me. You don't need to be fat to be strong, you just need to know how to lift. That of which I'm very good at. But anyways, boys and girls, actually I want to show you guys something I seen quick. Ooh, still zoomed in. It's right fucking there. Look at this shit. Actual exercise. Sit on equipment and stare at your phone. Right. What else am I supposed to do in between sets? Fucking touch myself? I'm gonna be on my fucking phone. For all you gym employees out there, if you put that shit up, I personally want to attack you and like turn you into a victim. Seriously. It's like, there's nothing else to do in between sets. Don't be a prick. Just let me watch TikToks and get angry, so I don't get angry at you subsequently. But, as I done diddly said, that's going to be the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I want you to remember that someone out there does love you and wants you to be the very best version of yourself that you can possibly be. So, don't let them down. Anyway though, have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever it may be for you, and I'll see you next time. So, goodbye.